Simon & Schuster Audio presents Parting the Waters, America in the King Years, 1954 through 1963, by Taylor Branch. Read by Joe Morton and C.C.H. Pounder.
Forerunner, Vernon Johns. Nearly 700 Negro communicants, some wearing white robes, marched together in the Exodus of 1867. They followed the white preacher out of the First Baptist Church and north through town to Columbus Street, then east up the muddy hill to Ripley Street. There, on that empty site, the congregation declared itself the First Baptist Church, colored. With appropriate prayers and ceremonies, and a former slave named Nathan Ashby became the first minister of an independent Negro Baptist church in Montgomery, Alabama. Most local whites considered the separation a bargain, given the general state of turmoil and numb destitution after the war. The town's population had swelled to 14,000, with Negroes outnumbering whites 3-1. Refugees of both races were fleeing the crop failures and foreclosures in the countryside and streaming into Montgomery, where they often lived in clumps on the streets and entertained themselves by watching the outdoor sheriff sales. Under such conditions, and with the U.S. Congress threatening a new 15th Amendment to establish the right of Negroes to vote and govern, most whites were of no mind to dispute the Negro right to religion. Many were only too happy to clear the throngs from the church basement, even if it meant that their previous items of property would be conducting their own church businesses at the corner of Columbus and Ripley, offering motions, debating, forming committees, voting, hiring and firing preachers, contributing pennies, bricks, and labor to make pews and windows rise into the first free Negro institution. The Negro Church, legal in some respects before the Negro family, became more solvent than the local undertaker. 10 years later, a dissident faction of the First Baptist Church, colored, marched away in a second exodus that would forever stamp the characters of the two churches. Undoubtedly, some of the tensions were the legacy of slavery's division between the lowly field hands and the slightly more privileged house servants.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?